Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Liz, business coach for women of color, and in today's video, we're going to talk about something super important. What you need to be doing right now if your plan is to transition out of your 9-to-5 job and into full-time entrepreneurship. You need to be saving your money. Let's talk about it. Now, I know you might be tempted to think, oh, but Liz, when I look at all of these six-figure coaches hitting these six-figure launches in 6 months on social media, don't they just get to make it rain with them dollars? Well, yes and no. Mainly no. Here's why. Because social media is the highlight reel, you never really get to see what's happening in somebody's bank account. That means they could potentially be spending a shit ton of money on a bunch of things that they love so that they can post about it on Instagram. But then they might be struggling to pay their bills after. For most of us, we need to actually be saving our money, building up our business reserve so that we can then use that money to strategically cover our expenses over the next maybe 3 to 6 months. It's not exactly sexy, but it's super important if you want to transition out of your 9-to-5 job and then not find yourself 3 months later with no money, no plan, freaking out. Let's avoid that, shall we? Let's not do that to our nervous system if we don't have to. You're gonna wanna start saving your money as it comes in because this is how you transition into paying yourself as an employee of your business versus being paid from your 9-to-5 job. In entrepreneurship, there's technically no such thing as consistency. The only consistency is the consistency that you create for yourself. Clients can come at any time from anywhere, and that's why I recommend that you save up at least anywhere from 3 to 6 months of your expenses before you make the leap to transition out of your 9-to-5 job. Before you open your first business bank account. Do this before you decide to become an LLC. Start this foundation as soon as possible. That way you don't have to force yourself into this idea of I can't transition into full-time entrepreneurship until I have already made 6 figures in my business or until I start hitting consistent 10K plus months, because that actually doesn't happen in entrepreneurship. It's not real. It's something that the social media highlight reel has glorified as something you should aim for, but 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go on ahead and say 10 times out of 10, that's not actually how real businesses make their money. Income fluctuates all the time. And then over time, as you start growing the number of clients that come into your business, then you might start to notice that there is maybe a minimum number that you start getting in every single month, but that takes time to develop. And you don't have to wait that long before you can go full-time in your business. You just want to make sure that you're planning your finances accordingly so that you don't leave your 9-to-5 with a bunch of drama and start overdrafting from your accounts every month. This also makes it so much easier for you to serve your clients to your highest ability because you don't feel so much pressure to have to make sure that every single person closes with you. That makes the concept of marketing easier. That makes doing sales calls so much easier. You don't feel pressured to have to make the most out of every single opportunity that you have. This will also help you from maybe accepting in clients that might not be the best fit for you or your business. This way you get to keep your power because you know that you're good and that you don't have to get money coming in right this minute. If you need money coming in right this minute, then starting a business is by far the worst way to get that done. If you need money right now, then I would definitely recommend getting a job, even if it's just something temporary, something part-time, just so that you can at least not have to put so much pressure and strain on your business when it's literally not meant to do what you want it to do. As you earn more and more money, you'll use that money to keep funding your reserve. This is a continuous process. You never stop doing this because you're always going to be paying yourself, paying your expenses, paying your future team from this reserve, never actually from immediate money flowing into the business. So build up that reserve to hit 3 months of expenses, to hit 6 months of expenses. Eventually, you'll be able to build it up to hit 1 year maybe of your expenses. Then you'll start to be able to build it up to hit 6 months of salary for the team members that you bring on, and then maybe even 12 months of the salary for the team that you bring on. There's no magic number here. It's really just what feels good and right for you. As we saw with the panini press, one of the huge problems that was uncovered was that these businesses were not building reserves, that they didn't have enough money to be able to sustain not bringing in new customers and new clients over the course of 3 to 6 months or longer. And that's why we saw so many layoffs. That's why so many people lost their jobs, is because businesses, including your own 9-to-5 job, has a shitty savings in place and can't afford to not go without clients for, honestly, sometimes a few months in some cases. So don't necessarily feel pressured to have to save 6 figures or save your entire year's salary before you decide to leave your job. Don't put that undue pressure on yourself. But just understand, what your risk tolerance level is. Understand what feels good to you in terms of what you'd like to have on the back burner for yourself, just in case you need to take a couple months off of work for some reason. Maybe you're thinking about starting a family. Maybe you're thinking about just taking a sabbatical or taking like a few months off just cause, like whatever. It's good to build up this habit of having this reserve in place that you have more flexibility. So it's important that when you get your first few clients, that you're not just spending this money willy-nilly, that you're actually saving it, keeping it untouched, so that you can then use it to pay yourself later on. This is how you create your thriving income. You don't do it a year at a time, you look at it a few months at a time. That's really how it's done. So if you need help earning your first few dollars in your business, getting in your first few clients, I have spots open in my one-on-one coaching program. Use the link below in the description box to book an interest call, and we'll see if it's a good fit. I'm a proponent of growing your business with ease and creating your thriving income one client at a time. Check out this next video here to learn how you can start managing the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm that can start to hit you as you're creating something from nothing and building your business, waiting for those next clients for the first time. I'll see you there.